In the last 8 months, Atlanta alone, have reported 20,000 HIV cases. I don't know how many times I can say this, but I'm going to say it every day if I have to. You need to keep your legs closed. It's not worth your life. Protect yourself. Leave it alone. Go get tested together. Know your status. Take PrEP.
So anyways, yeah, as I was saying now, it's summer and everybody's gonna be outside, and I want you guys to know that to be careful because there are STDs that is up on rise, and there's also new STDs out, and HIV seem to be going around again. So I just wanted to talk about like the different stories that I've seen online with women talking about their experience with finding out that they have HIV, and the women finding out that their husband probably had HIV, and what you guys should possibly do, and like how to protect yourself. So first I want to talk about this lady. She is, I think, an American rapper. I came across her video because I've been expressing how I feel with depression and stuff like that. So a lot of those posts have been showing up on my timeline. And I was scrolling one day and I saw this lady. She was crying and she was saying that there are people going around and spreading HIV. No.
Bitch, if I don't tell y'all nothing else, go get tested. Go get tested. People walk around here with AIDS, man. Walk around here with AIDS. And because the HIV just got in their bodies, and they ignoring it, and they dying. It's so crazy out here, man. I pray for y'all all the time. I pray nobody never drag y'all to fucking hell. When they say hell on earth.
Finally. And my heart goes out to her, by the way. It was really sad. It was really sad. I may add the video to this video so you guys could watch it to know. All I have to say is that whenever you're sleeping with anybody, guys, please do not be afraid to ask for tests or ask them to do a fresh test, right? If somebody is adult enough to lay with you, they should be adult enough to do a test, right? They should be adult enough to want to go to the doctor. They should be adult enough to like open up about their status. Like, there's no way in this day and age 2026 no adult should be, and I'm not blaming or shaming nobody at all, but just to learn from people's situation, please ask for a test, like valid tests. I'm not talking a test from 1 year ago. I'm talking like a recent test, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago type of test, right? Sometimes even 2 weeks too far, like a recent. If you ever plan to go unprotected with anybody at all, ask for a valid STI 9 and an HIV test. Okay? I also encourage people to use condoms, right? So I know some people don't like the idea of condoms, right? They think condom take away the joy, it takes away the feeling of pleasure, the feeling of happiness. You don't necessarily get to feel, you don't get to feel a skin to skin thing. Of course, raw sex is good. It's very good, but it's risky, right? But condoms do protect you to some extent, right? It also protects you from pregnancy. So it's okay to use condoms, okay? Another thing too is PrEP. A lot of people don't know about PrEP, but PrEP is very good. You could actually take PrEP. You know, like, people think that PrEP is just for gay people, queer people, and PrEP is actually for anybody who wishes to take it. And I would advise anybody in this day and age to take PrEP if you think, you know, it's the best thing for you to do, right? For protection wise. I haven't started yet, but I told myself I'm gonna go to the clinic and get some and start to take it. Not because I'm promiscuous, not because I'm outside, but because I want to protect myself. And I mean, even though they have drugs for HIV, I don't want to have to take another pill a day on top of my depression meds, like, you know. No. Also too, I see people saying that, you know, after a while you go undetectable. No, because the truth is the HIV virus, it does have a lot of, you know, bad effects on your body. You know, you could also have depression because you found out that you have a virus. So, you know, the whole idea of having HIV, and I'm not shaming nobody that has HIV, is just not, you know, it's just not healthy, you know. I mean, I'm not bashing nobody for having HIV, but I'm just saying, like, if you don't have HIV, you shouldn't be trying to get HIV. Protect yourself, take PrEP, use condoms, get tested regularly. I used to always tell people on my TikTok live to get tested, and sometimes people bash me. People think, oh, you're sick, that's why you're telling people to get tested. No, I'm just spreading awareness. You know, like, being a dancer since I was like 18, 19, I was always getting tested for some of the clubs that I worked at. So it was always so easy for me to go back and do tests. Like, it wasn't really a big deal. You know, just being in the strip club, it pushed me and motivates me to always want to go to the doctor as a female and take care of myself. You know, like, take care of my vajayjay, you know, take care of my body overall. You know, so yeah. Take care of yourself, guys, because it's real out here. You know, it's very, 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 very real. Also, too, another thing that I want to say, because a lot of people think that disease has a face, HIV don't have a face. Like, most of the people that I've been seeing that been popping up on my timeline saying that, well, I have HIV or whatever it is, they look very good. You know, they look very, very good. So just to think that these good looking people have HIV, it was like, oh wow, really? Yes. So you have to be extremely careful, guys. Like, you really have to be extremely careful out here in these streets. You have to be extremely careful. You could see a girl and she looked good, and boom, I remember a guy came on my TikTok saying that I want brown him give him HIV, he's a brown him give him HIV, and he was using his real page. He wasn't even hiding, right? So please, I beg you, do not be that person to be naive enough to actually judge or look on somebody and say, oh well, she's clean, or oh well, he's clean because he's strong and he's attractive and him smell good and stuff like that. No, it's all in the blood. It's a virus, right? It is a virus. And also too, what a lot of you guys need to know is that HIV can lead to a bigger thing called AIDS. And AIDS is what will kill you. Because if you have HIV and you don't get tested, hence why I always tell people to get tested, because it's one thing when you have HIV and you know, but it's one thing when you have it and you don't know. It's one thing when you have it and you don't get medications for it. It's one thing. This is why I hate ignorance in also our culture when it comes on to certain sickness, certain illness. I hate the ignorance.
Contracted the virus from your husband.
Yeah.
When you confronted him, tell me about that.
Well, the confrontation was at the clinic.
Oh, at the
because
clinic.
his own was bad. So when he came out, he said, "I know where this come from." I said, "Me that's the same question. But tell you what, here is not the place.
Yes.
When we go home, we can talk about it." So when we went home, him say, "Boy, me no know how to tell you this, you know." But he still didn't tell me. It so happened that's when he developed full-blown AIDS and died. I think some family member was having a conversation with him, and I say, "You gonna make the girl get AIDS and so on," and him say, "It wasn't she." You know. So I was thinking I was the one who gave it to him. Because remember, I wasn't a virgin.
Yeah.
I have kids before.
Yes.
Right?
I hate it. You know, a man that was my neighbor back in country, I used to buy coconut from him because, yeah, I must tell you guys this. Guys, I used to hate water when I was a child. Every minute me go on a doctor for UTI when me go high school. I used to hate water. I used to hate water. I hate water. I hate water. So everybody, I used to see selling coconut. I go and buy coconut. Yes. So this man used to live beside me. He used to sell coconut. Right, so you know I go and buy my coconut because I don't like to drink water. I want to drink coconut every day because doctor say if you don't like the water, get coconut. No problem. Alright, I get in coconut. Come to find out that the man who used to actually look me too, because you know Jamaica PDF activities. Come to find out that he had HIV. And how he caught HIV was whenever I'm selling coconut them, I'm not laughing at this situation by the way. Whenever I'm selling coconut them and chop the yard and stuff like that, chop people yard and you know make him look a change, he used to go to the go-go club in the town and buy tuntun, right, from Taste and Buy or wherever strip club or go-go club in the town. He used to buy tuntun from the place. And that is how him used to get drunk, and that is how he end up with HIV. Now, when he found out that he had HIV, I believe he got sit down the first time, and I don't know if he was ever admitted, but what I heard he told somebody is that somebody dreamed and told him to use red apple and bird pepper, to cure HIV. Red apple wine. I take red apple wine and bird pepper to cure HIV. Yes. And he had this HIV for years. I passed a teenager, grew up a teenager, grew up an adult. He was still living, still chopping people's yard. He was trying to even spread the HIV. Even though him walk and tell people say him have HIV, he was going to poorer homes, like people that were poor, trying to get their daughters for a little bit of money. Like, life is not that hard, bro. Nobody gonna get HIV because they're poor. Anyhow, it turned out that the bird pepper and red apple wine that he was using to try heal himself from the HIV, it basically had caught up on him and it did not work, right? He died in his house and was in there rotting for days. Like, he was missing, and they went there and found him swollen with a bunch of flies. They had to dig a hole in the back of the yard and throw him in it. They couldn't even carry him to the funeral home. He didn't even have a funeral because his kids did not claim his body or care for him. Yes, that was what happened to him. And I think that was out of ignorance because let's say he went to the clinic and was taking his medications, he would have lived longer, you know? He would have lived. But that was just out of pure ignorance. That also been in the community, the stigma and the shame, right? The same shame that whenever I would sit and I would talk and I would encourage people to get tested. Oh, why are you talking about this? Why? These are the reasons why I talk about stuff like this. You know, these are the reasons why. Yes. So don't be shy, get tested. And if it's that you find out that you have HIV, because everybody's circumstances is different, there are wives that literally in the house and their husband carry HIV for them, to give them, right? It is not only people that are not married and people that sleeps around catch these. You could literally be a girlfriend in house or a husband in house and your wife carried or your husband carried to you, right? Take your medications, because they are more advanced these days. They have more modern technology, right? So if it's that you find out that you have it, you take your medication, you exercise, you eat healthy, you still use protection, protect your partner, you tell your partner too, right? You make sure that you advise anybody that you're sleeping with that this is your situation, right? Just in case. If it's that they like you enough, they're gonna go on PrEP, right? Yes, take your medications. Yeah, be careful out here, guys. Be careful. Now I want to talk about the new STI that is going around. I want to talk about it. I saw a video of it. All right.
There's a new STI going around, and here's everything you need to know about it. So there's a new fungal infection going around that's sexually transmitted. This fungal infection is called TM7, and Minneapolis has actually been kind of a hotbed for this infection across the United States. So much so that many of us who've been seeing it regularly in our clinical practices, we've been meeting with the CDC to talk about this infection and to track what's going on. TM7 is a fungal infection similar to ringworm, where it creates a circle-sized rash that typically is anywhere that the boxer briefs are on your body. Now this is transmitted by skin-to-skin contact, so if you notice anyone who has this patch on them before or after sexual activity, and then if you develop a similar one, you definitely want to come in and get screened for that. This is a fungal infection that doesn't cause serious health problems, but it can exist in this boxer brief area for several months. For many people it can be itchy, a little irritating, but you can come into clinic and we can test for it and we can get you on treatment to help reduce the length and severity of that fungal infection. So if you notice any rash or sores in your boxer brief area, please come see us at Thrive. We can get you tested and treated and get you back to good skin health in no time.
Wow. Yes, guys, it's really scary out here. It's really scary. It's really scary. And you know what makes this stuff really scarier is that when you check the age group of people that really have these diseases, they're young people. You know, like I even seen something recently with a famous rapper, Baby Mother. She's locked up in prison, and her court filings came public, and she was asking the judge to release her because she has HIV. She's HIV positive, and the medication is not available in prison, so she needs to come out to take her meds, right? And she's pretty young. I don't even think she reached 30 as yet. She's pretty young, you know. Yes. So we just have to be careful, you know. I'm thinking to start doing PrEP. I heard it don't really have much side effects. I don't know, like I told myself I would start taking it, you know, while I'm being active, just to protect myself, because like you can't even trust these tests sometimes, because people really be like faking their tests and doing all of that weird stuff. So sometimes you can't even like trust these tests. Like sometimes you see tests and you can't trust the test at all, like no lie, you know. So yeah, I'm planning to start PrEP, and I hope you guys protect yourself too and be safe out there. Okay, all right, bye. Make sure you like, comment. Oh yeah, I can't say bye and I don't tell you guys to like, comment, and share, and make sure you subscribe. Okay, see y'all.